Hi guys, welcome back to another Matchbox Garage video. I'm Rob, and today I shall be attempting to take this Hot Wheels Vette-Van from shabby to shiny. I bought this one from a Facebook group and I thought it just looked really interesting, really funky, and of course with the majority of this paint already missing, I thought I can only improve on it, right? I didn't Google it beforehand to kind of... I could see that there was a tiny little bit of paint inside the door crevices, I guess, but I didn't want to Google it to sway my, I guess, decision with what I imagined this van to look like. And I wanted it to be like a shop truck, and I thought, okay, I'll paint it up and I'll basically reverse the colours, black on the inside, and I thought silver on the outside would look pretty cool, also with some decals. But yeah, with 2,000 likes, it could be yours. But anyway, we'll drill down the centre of the post, just one on this car, remove the flange and tap that hole. And here is the little van. Doesn't really roll very well. It's obviously very beaten up. And hey, that is what it's there for, right? It's a toy to be played with ultimately. And these are one of these kind of drag style rear ends where you can lift up the back. I think it's really cool design actually. I don't know whether they continue that on today, do they, Hot Wheels? I don't think so. None of the newer models that I've seen, none of them certainly show that. So yeah, it'd be interesting kind of doing a little bit of further research on that. But yeah, having pre-drilled this one, we'll take it apart, and as you can see, it's a metal based car, but this little section which you can kind of change the height of the rear of the vehicle is in plastic, and just trying to figure it out now how to remove it. And simply that's how it happens. Once it's actually all together, it's kind of forced into position. The front wheels here are a little bit, I guess, rusted into position. So again, those will be removed. Again, you know, being that this is, I thought, like a cool shop truck, I've got a different set of wheels earmarked for it. The interior, lovely bit of detail, obviously mid-engine. I think that was really cool. And to be honest, even at this point, I didn't know that it was called the Vette-Van. Of course, knowing what Corvettes look like, I could tell by the style of this van that it was certainly modelled on a Corvette. You know, those quad rear lights are a dead giveaway. But yeah, we'll get the casting here into the foot-long hot dog jar, covered in boiling water, and incoming a tablespoon of caustic soda. Giving it the old swishy swish. But it was once I really removed the black paint that I thought my decision of painting this silver was going to be the right way to go. And there you can see it all bubbling away, and it's doing its business. But whilst that is to one side, we'll put the plastics here into some warm, clean water. And then out she comes, the interior, which we'll be painting shortly. And then it's a tanned glass section. And I did buff it out and try to take out any large scuffs. And into the plate to revive it there, I'm using an old jam jar. And yeah, I think the angle that I'm holding it there just weren't really enough room. But anyway, got there in the end. And on with the matte black paint for the interior. This is just pound shop stuff, and I tell you what, it really does a great job for this. A lovely finish. You know, it proves really that this hobby, you don't need to spend a lot of money. You can do it on a budget if that is all you have. So it's certainly a hobby for everybody. And there we are, having covered that in paint. Of course, it's shiny at the moment. That will dry in a nice satin finish, and I'll add some details later on. And then we got the base here. And again, I wanted to kind of almost reverse this car. You know, it had the silver or unpainted polished base, and of course the black on the top, but we're going to be going with a black base today and then silver on the top. My little tool here, what I wanted to show you, because to be honest, of course Hot Wheels was easily readable, but the year certainly wasn't. So just taking down all this crusty muck, and you can really see now Hot Wheels Mattel Inc. 1979, so over 40 years old, this little toy. I think that's really cool. But yeah, back to the matte black for the base. Now it's all polished up. And I'll make sure to hit the kind of top, just in case any of it was going to be shining through on the inside of this vehicle. And as it sits to the side of me now, it's quite cool looking through the kind of side glass there and seeing the engine or the motor poking through. But yeah, put that to one side, then I'll grab the other piece, and this will be getting the same treatment, painted in satin black. Making sure to hit it up from all angles. We don't want to see any of that existing kind of grey paint coming through. And it only takes a single coat, and it dries off really quickly. But yeah, happy with that. And then putting those bits to one side to dry. We've got the main casting here now. It's probably been in the caustic solution for maybe 15-20 minutes, and as you can see, the majority of the paint probably, well, when you have a look on the inside there's a little bit hanging on, so we're probably only around about a 96.83% today. But for that remaining 3.13%, quick maths, the tack life obviously takes it off with no problem at all. Actually, I went at 3.17%. Whew. I'm glad I rectified myself. I would have looked a fool. But anyway, we got the... you can see a couple of breaks here. In the initial video, it was a little bit bent, and I tried just very gently to bend it back, and it snapped off in my hand. I didn't record it because, well, I would have just been bleeping too many naughty words. I was, yeah, not particularly happy with snapping it off in my hand, especially when time was against me at this point. But yeah, glued it back into place. And again, looking at the final product, I don't think you can see where it had broken before. But with the black primer, this drives off in a lovely satin finish, and as you can see here, I actually quite like the look of this, but I rubbed it down. You know, there was a couple of bits of junk that had fallen into the paint, and yeah, rubbed it all down there. And then on with the kind of chrome silver paint, Tamiya acrylic, and this only really needs 1 or 2 coats. Considering it's going over a black base, it really covers well. I'm starting to see my vision now. You know, now it's all nice and clean and tidy. I like to see the lines. I like to see the space where I can put a little bit of advertising. But whoops. So there's the base, all nicely painted up, and I've selected, as you can see there properly now, you can actually read it, and I've selected a set of wheels. You know, this is a van, and they're almost kind of vanish wheels. But yeah, started to detail a few of NG parts there. And I picked out some NGK decals for the side. No other reason than just having bought some NGK spark plugs, so that's what was in my mind. But yeah, this is the final result. So the wheels in place. I think they're a good size, a good chunky wheel, just enough gap to still roll. And of course with those NGK decals on the side, just some kind of generic decals that I got from a pack. Painted in the rear tail lights there. But yeah, it probably doesn't show as well on video, but this is super shiny. There is quite the layer of clear coat on this to seal in the silver to start, and then once it had dried, I put on the decal, and then I'd done the clear coat again as a second coat. So there's certainly enough on there. That's never going to chip off, I don't think. But anyway, I hope you like it. So let me take this opportunity to thank my amazing patrons. Thanks very much, guys. And thank you for watching. Remember, 2,000 likes, it could be yours. And I'll see you soon on the next.